Hey everybody, welcome back. Today will be a cash unstuffing. So I'm going to break down the transactions as well as do the cash unstuffing. And I always say that I try to be more proactive rather than reactive. This was the very first time after becoming debt free. So there are some things that I intentionally cash flowed. So I already know for a fact I do not have the money to cover all the things, but this past paycheck, the first paycheck of July, I paid off all my debt and I was like bare bones. And there was just some things that I was so bare bones. I was like, I'm going to have to just get this now. I need it, but that's okay because this upcoming check, will be fully without having debts on it, which is nice. But how are you guys doing? How are you feeling? I feel like I haven't filmed in a while, and I think that's just because there was lost footage and that sort of thing. So this is the first time really that I'm filming since becoming debt free, and it's been a crazy past 2 weeks. There was another death in my family. My brother was in an accident. Then I almost cut off my finger with a mandolin. Is that what it's called? Slicing carrots. And then I think I have a mild concussion. So I actually, I get to do summer hours at my job, but today I decided to have the summer hours happen today, and I left because the screen and everything was just making my head hurt worse. Just, one of the many benefits of being legally blind is I'm just way more accident prone. So I have to be extra careful, but I banged my head really hard. I wasn't wearing glasses and I banged my head really hard on a cabinet last night. And I think I actually do have a mild concussion. So my head has been pounding ever since. But I have not gone to the doctor or anything. I'm just keeping an eye on it. And if things progress, then I'll go to a doctor. But that's how life has been for me. I hope your life has been better. So let's just jump right in. So if I seem low energy, that would be why. Just want to get this filmed so that I can hopefully get this up for Wednesday. It's Monday night as I film, almost 10 p.m. Okay, so things got a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go through the purchases here. And again, there are some things that I know will be cash flowed, which I forgot to mark that down. That was the last thing that I had put on the sheet. So, all right. So I did several Amazon purchases. And I like to break it down so that it's easier for me, but I got dry food for the cats that will come out of my kitties fund. Amazon, it should say fund/Allison, but I decided to purchase the 100 envelope challenge. So I'll be doing that on my channel. Really excited. So that was $10.59. This technically is going to be cash flow, to be quite honest with you, but that's okay. All right. Then I did some kitties purchases again. It was for wet food, $19.63. Then I purchased $3 on Amazon. It was for a grocery item. I had been looking all over the stores. I heard Lily Budgets mention it in a video, the Mio, Relax. Sometimes I have a hard time transitioning and getting to bed a Sunday into a Monday. Last night was different because I hit my head, so I actually was able to go to bed. But yeah, so I decided to purchase it on Amazon because that's just the only place I could find it. It is what it is. Then Amazon, I did household of 5701. I finally restocked on a bunch of hair care products that I had gone without for a very, very, very long time. And I was like, let's do it. Let me splurge and do a little bit of self-care and take care of myself a bit more. So I purchased that. Then we went down to Stroudsburg on the 12th to celebrate Joe got me dinner that night. It was to celebrate being debt free. And then we hit up the casino. I had these out of order. So we went to Mount Airy. I spent my $30 between the casino, and then they had a lotto machine that I decided to throw 5 in, and I ended up winning on the ticket, but then I ended up cashing the ticket in, getting another ticket, and then ended up losing. So all 30 was lost there. So that cash was all meant for that night. So that's why there's going to be some Allison things that you'll see, or fun whatever, that might end up having to get cash flow depending on how the unstuffing goes. So Wawa, I really had a hankering because we don't have Wawa near us. I had a hankering for a milkshake or a frozen cappuccino. I forget which. It was $5.39. And while we were down in the area, and because we used my car, I absolutely had to get gas. So I willingly filled this up knowing it was going to be cash flowed. So $32.50, filled up my car based on where it was at. Let's see here. Then July 13th, we went to ShopRite to get some groceries. It was $61.38. That was a cash purchase. The things highlighted are cash. Then let me see here. A few days passed, and realized that some of the things that I needed to make salad that night, we were doing grilled chicken and everything. Some of the ingredients Joe didn't have like he thought he did. So I went back out to the store to grab some more things. Plus we didn't have all of the fixings for the salad, like broccoli and whatever else. So I did another cash purchase of $22.74. Let's see here. Then the 18th, Joe coming home from work early that morning, he stopped at Wendy's for me. He needed breakfast himself, but I cashed points in, so that was absolutely free. It was like bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Then on July 20th, which really was yesterday, went grocery shopping. I got a few oddball pieces for groceries. It was $6.96 paid with cash. Then this I likely won't have money for, the household at Walmart, but it was things that we needed. And I don't go to Walmart very often. It's like every few weeks that I go, and that's typically where I like to get household items for the most part. But I knew we were going to be running out of hand soap. I was about to run out of floss, etc. So it was $8.30. So again, that likely is going to be cash flowed. Then we went to Garrity's. Garrity's? Wow, sorry, my head is hurting. We went to ShopRite for groceries. I got a few odds and ends that I completely spaced out on and didn't get at Walmart. So it was $17.50. I was really upset about this, but I'm just going to call it an L. Some of these things do not have category names, and that's just because it was like, by this point in time, I knew like I didn't have the funds for things, and I was like, whatever. Like, firstly, I knew I had money left in grocery that could cover some things, but then at the same time, I was like, if I use some of my paycheck to pay the purchases off, I'm okay with that. It was a joyous occasion to be debt free, so whatever. But the Starbucks I'm really upset with. I was telling myself, no, don't do it, don't do it. They have a secret menu apparently now, and I was customizing it, and then I hit like to reset, but it completely reset it to like the base drink. So it ended up being a iced cold brew for $5.25, literally nothing in it. And it was starting to rain, and I was like, whatever, like at this point it's a stupid tax. So it was $5.25. I ended up throwing it away because we actually did this before we went into ShopRite, and it was like all melty by the time we got to the car. So I was like, whatever. I was going to maybe doctor it up at home, but like I could have gone in and asked them to add things to it, but I don't know. I just felt like that was my bad. Like that wasn't their mistake. That was mine. I felt rushed putting it in the app, and I didn't realize that it resets it literally to the base drink, which is dumb. You would think it would reset it to what the secret menu item is. So be careful if you're on their app. um, then because I didn't have the Starbucks, I really wanted the Wendy's. They have this fountain beverage there that you can only get there. It's so good. It's a diet. They have regular too, but it's like diet orange cream soda or something. But it was $2.43 after tax. I got a free fry with it too, so that ended up pairing with our dinner last night. We had rotisserie chicken and fries. I know it was so random, but we just were not in the mood to cook. So, and I'm kind of backtracking a bit because when I was going through my purchases, I forgot about to write these down. So July 19th, which was Friday, I believe, Friday evening or Saturday evening, whichever, got Cracker Barrel. Joe did a pickup order. I forget what was going on then too. I think I wasn't feeling well or something. And so he just went out and did a pickup. Mine was $10.59. And they called me and they were like, oh yeah, sorry, we don't have the chicken and dumplings. We took that off for the night. So do you want something else? And so I got the maple bacon chicken, which was awesome because that was more money. I was trying to eat cheap knowing that I was out of like fun money and stuff. So I was trying to eat cheap. Like, even though I was being irresponsible, I was trying to be irresponsible on a budget. You know what I mean? So that was cool. I got an upgrade. The guy was completely cool about it. He's like, and don't worry, if it's a few bucks, like I'll cover the cost. That's due to the inconvenience. I'm so sorry. Like, that sort of thing. So he was cool and covered that. And that particular item was like 14 and change. So that was really cool. Though I really love the chicken and dumplings. Then this is backtracking because again, I was going through purchases and I was like, oh crap. So I purchased from Lily Budgets. It was $42.03. I got some custom envelopes and such for future things like wedding and new car and emergency savings, etc. So still waiting for those to come in, but really excited to share those with you guys once I have them. Then Reseller Assistant is a service that I used a lot in the past for my Poshmark closet. I don't know, things over the years with that app have changed a lot, but I used to be really active on that app. Like I made $800 one month, but just a lot of it's social selling now, like live shows, and it's so much different now. And just the economy and everything, I don't sell as much as I used to. Plus, I'm not always refreshing my closet like I should. But they had me do a survey a few weeks ago, and they asked like why I hadn't purchased with them in a while. And I was like, well, to be quite frank with you, when I was using your service, I was starting to pretty much only break even sometimes, and that's not worth it. And I was like, that's with a discount. So I haven't been wanting to pay full price because I'm likely going to lose money on it. I have a very small closet. I do it very part-time, etc. So they were like, oh, well, we could give you a discount code. I thought about it. I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I should save for that. Didn't have an opportunity to. I was getting out of debt. And then they randomly reached out to me the other day and they were like, here's a 35% off coupon. I was like, oh, this is great. So I jumped on it. $64.99. I've already made 3 sales with it. It's great. That's one thing I hate about that app is like, it's all SEO based. So you have to constantly share your stuff in the feed and everything for it to get to the top of search. So I like having someone in there, and I just sold things that have been in my closet for years, which is amazing. So that will be cash flowed for sure. So will the Lily Budgets. This was a gift to myself. My birthday is this upcoming paycheck. So, sometimes I'll do a little bit of something. So I figure this was like an early birthday present to myself. Then lastly, I just decided to categorize this. It's money that's been sitting that I haven't been saving. But I purchased, I'm using it now. So let me know if you like the sound of it. I did some tests with it. It seems pretty good. It cancels out the background noise. They are wireless Bluetooth microphones, which is wonderful. Sometimes I forget I'm wearing it and it's attached to my phone and I'll get yanked. But this actually seems to be canceling the background noise. I actually have a fan at full blast and the air conditioner at full blast. So I decided to just pull these out of my business binder. So $22 purchased with Amazon credit card. So let's get into the actual cash stuffing. So again, all of these highlighted are cash. Some of these things are cash flowed, but I still wrote them on here. So just know, just fully anticipate that we are not going to be paying everything back that's listed here on the sheet. So basically, whatever is here at the end is going to just get cash flowed into the next budget. So let me actually first start. So I prepped the sheet. I put down all of the totals, and I only have space for 3 credit cards, and I forgot my Starbucks is linked to my Discover. So I'm going to count up all these totals so I know the full amount purchased here. Okay, so I will double check myself. My head really does hurt. Tylenol is wearing off, so I'm gonna double check. $325.79. Okay, cool. So that is correct. We'll put the calculator over here for now. Let's just jump into kitties. I think this will generate some change for us. Though I do have 2 kitty purchase. Whatever. It's fine. Give myself some room here. So I'm going to be bouncing around. I like to have everything categorized by credit card. Some people might want to categorize it by the different spending categories or just have a running list, whatever. But I don't know. I just like to make sure that whatever. It's just a preference. Okay. So I should have exactly what I need for kitties, because when I had to redo my budget, when I realized I could be debt free, I think I cut it down to exactly what I needed, because I had made the purchases on Amazon. So we'll say 4208, and then the kitties 1963. So 10, 15, 20. Yep. So we have exactly everything that we need. Let's try to have the bills facing the same way. They get all crazy. All right. So this one is 42 and this one is 20. So that is taken care of. Might skip some of these, like I said. Let's see. Let's just get the business out of the way. No, I don't quite have enough change yet. We'll hold off on that. Let's try household. This is one that, because I had this major household and then I had this one down here. I really don't think I'll have enough for this. So let's just see what we have. So I need 5701. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57. Oh, wow. I had more than I thought. That's cool. So 20, 30, 40, 55, 56, 57. That's good. Makes me feel a little bit better that I didn't go completely rogue, I suppose. So 57. And then this down here, I needed 830. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, let's just do it. So 6 plus, I'm going to be using grocery quite a bit because I do have rollover. So I'm going to just keep this cash, I don't know, up here. Let's see. Is that in frame? Yeah, it'll be in frame. So this is all of the remaining grocery that I have. Some really janky bills, but I'm going to utilize this money to cover areas, to cover some holes that there are. Ew, what happened? It's like it ran through the laundry. So there should be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I typically round up if it's like 50 cents or more. It's only 8.30, so we'll just say 8. Okay, cool. That's great. Alrighty, now let's just get the business one out of the way so we can collect change. It's 22 even because, oh, what am I doing? I'm thinking this is, oh my god. Sorry guys, I'm not 100%. I promise I'm being very careful though. I promise. And if something is wrong, I will take myself to the hospital. Don't worry. So we will go back to Canva. I had been saving slowly, but I hadn't been stuffing my business binder. Just not really making a ton to do that. So I was saving for an annual for Canva. So I'll just take 25 out of here. Okay, you guys, unfortunately, technology has not been on my side lately. My phone got down to 1% and it stopped recording. So basically you just missed me pulling money out of different categories. So I'll just kind of give you a rundown here. I was able to pay back all of these purchases up here, which was 155 going back for that. I was able to pay for partial purchases here. But again, I expected most of these to be cash flowed, so it wasn't too big of a deal. So 12 was going back for that. Then these purchases, I paid back some of them. Again, was expecting to cash flow. And Starbucks, I was not able to fulfill that. So 12 went back for the Bank of America card. 14 is going back for the Citi card. When I add up all of the totals of the cash that I was able to collect, it was $181, which I know is crazy. But again, I fully did this understanding that in my next check, it was a fully debt-free check and that I would be able to cash flow. This is not the norm. This is not something that I recommend. I absolutely do not, because that's where you can find yourself in trouble if you're just thinking ahead to the next check and, oh, I'm going to use this check to pay it, and then something bad happens, whatever. I don't live my life that way. I don't suggest others do, but, you know, personal choices. But, yeah, I was totally okay because my birthday's upcoming. I was okay to cash flow this gift to myself. Gas, I would have put in my budget for this upcoming paycheck for the 24th anyways. So that's fine as well. And this was spur of the moment. I'm hoping to see this pay itself back and then some. So far, I've made 3 sales since signing up with this. So 181 out of 325.79 is going back. So I'll count this here for you. So it's 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. So 181 is going back. And then what I did was I took the difference. So I'll show you guys. So with what I was able to pay back, minus the total amount purchased on the credit cards. So 325.79 minus 181. So $144.79, which I wrote here. This is what I will cash flow in my next upcoming cash stuffing or budget with me for July paycheck number 2. So what I'll do is when I'm cash stuffing, I'll cash stuff my bills section, which will have like rent and whatever bills are coming up in that 2-week pay cycle. And then I'll put $144.79 there as well. And I'll just leave that cash in my checking account. That way it's in my account. And then all I have to do is deposit the $181. So the $181 plus this will give me the cash to be able to pay off every single one of these credit cards to have a zero balance. So this is what I do with my hybrid system so that I can earn credit card rewards. Again, I don't suggest doing this as far as making purchases when you don't actually have it budgeted, but this was one of those like rare moments. So sorry that technology failed us, but at least you got to see a walkthrough of what I spent the past 2 weeks, being completely transparent with you guys. And if you've made it to this point in this video and you have not already, please subscribe, give the video a like, leave a comment below. It really does help support my channel. And by doing those things, it tells YouTube that you like my video and then it recommends it to other people. I really would love to grow this channel to 1,000 plus. I'd love to do a giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So help me get there. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.